therapist, and today I'll be talking about teletherapy visuals. The first visual is just a typical to-do and all done board. So before each session, I would go on to Google and just find the images for what I was going to do that day. So in this case, I was going to do a game, some coloring, and something with Frozen and talking. And then as we went through each activity, I would move the image from the to-do to the all done side. And that just provides the kids a visual to say, okay, we have this much stuff still to go through, but we have this much done. And you could use it as a reward system. So maybe if Frozen was one of their favorite activities, having it at the very end. So that way they know, okay, if I get all of my work done, then I can play with Frozen at the very end. This can also be customized. So if you go to lesson picks or just finding different lesson pick schedules or even going to Google and finding the to-do and all done board, you can just completely customize it to the client. Next is a reward board. So I would find images for each of just something that the client was interested in. In this case, it was Legos. So I find 5 Legos or however many numbers you want. If it was an Arctic client, maybe you could say, okay, if you say a word 5 times, then we get a 30-second break. Or if they're working on answering questions, we answer 5 questions and then we get a break. Again, this is completely customizable to the client, so maybe they might only be able to get through 3 or they might get through 10. And I would just make a table. So I would do insert and then table and then however many columns I wanted. And then I would just make it bigger or little and make the lines bigger so that way they know how many to do. And then I would copy the image 10 times or however many trials you want to do. And then as we went through each trial, I would move the piece up into the table so it looks like we're done with that. So we would have 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it would be time for a break or a reward. And then I would just move them back down. Each time we would use the reward chart. And then the next visual is for expanding utterances more. So I had an I want visual. I have, I hear, I see, and then I like. And then at the end you can see there's an empty box. So what I would do is when I would watch a YouTube video, we would watch. So let me we'll go to a picture.
MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a pig.
So if we're working on saying the word pig, I would then screenshot the pig so I could say, what do you see? And then if they said, I see pig, I would keep the video going. Or if he did not say, I see pig, I would then screenshot that visual and then upload it, just drag it and drop it. And then I had that visual with our I see visual. So I would say, I see pig. Or if you wanted to work on more than just 3 words, you could say, I see pink pig, or I see big pig, or little pig. Just expanding those utterances. And then I also did that with all of the other visuals. So if I wanted to use the pig again and just try to work on carrying over the other carrier phrases. So I would copy and paste that image into the I like. So I like pig, or I like pink pig. And then I would do this with the I want as well. But I would also do it with requesting. So if he wanted to do a video, or let's say he wanted to have Old MacDonald play, he would be able to request, I want Old MacDonald, or playing a game. So if he really likes to play the bubble popping game, I will go Google a picture of bubbles and upload that I want bubbles. And you can make these again customized to whatever the client's abilities are. I typically use the I see, I like, and I want. I added the I hear because we were doing a lot of videos for the animals and we could work on animal sounds as well. And then I have a first then board. So I just had a bunch of different images uploaded into the next Google slide. And I would just copy and paste those into the first then board. So I had first the hungry caterpillar and then the farm animal. So I would pull this up and say, okay, first hungry caterpillar and then farm animals. That way he knows what we're going to do now and what is coming after that. But then with the hungry caterpillar, I did this with the Brown Bear book. And you can do it with different books on YouTube. I will pull up the Very Hungry Caterpillar on YouTube, and we would watch the video. And so let's say he's in the apple now. Let me play it a little bit. So the caterpillar is eating this apple.
He ate through one apple.
So I would then go back and say, what do you see? And then I have the visual I see, and then we can say apple or whatever the image was. And I had all of the food items that the caterpillar ate throughout, and I would just pause the video and go back to this visual. And I would say I want or I see, and just have this visual for him. It would also, like I said, you can do it with different books. You can do it with colors, and you could say I see pink or I see red apple. Just working on expanding those utterances, but giving him that carrier phrase and that visual. Alright, that's all for now. Bye-bye.